So when you started as a freelancer, right?
Yep.
And then you set up an agency.
Right.
How did you go about acquiring clients? Because I think that process also you would have growth hacked to some extent.
Right.
And a lot of people who are getting into freelancing and agency, the biggest struggle is that, hey, how do I get my first client, first 3 clients? And can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. So I started as a freelancer when I was still in college. And this was the time when I did not have, I could not even imagine building like a sales team or having an outreach process and this and that. So I basically looked at where is this audience who can buy a website service or a SEO service, or eventually when I transition to growth hacking service, a growth hacking service for me. Where does this audience live? Where are they most active on? So to apply this answer, to make it more applicable to the audience today, if you look at your client persona, you can either reach them through paid campaigns. So the entire internet is a database, and you want to tap into some segment of that database, right? How do you tap into that data point? Where are these agencies hanging out? So maybe they're already hiring freelancers, maybe they're already hiring agencies and they're writing them reviews. They could be doing this on Upwork, for example. They could be doing it on Fiverr, for example. Can you look at other competitors, freelancers or agencies on Upwork, and then go into their reviews section and then see the negative reviews? Now, these are the clients that you can offer better services to. Yes. Or you can look at agencies' Twitter threads and look at the tweets and replies tab, and then see if they're having conversations with their clients there for support or anything else, like big agencies, right? And then see if you can get in touch with those people. So now, instead of having to acquire them either by lead magnets or ads or SEO, which are all great ways, by the way, you are able to hack into someone else's network. Maybe there are Reddit threads where people are discussing, the experience they had with other agencies, right? And maybe it's not so positive experience. Now, these are the kinds of people you want to DM on Reddit or on Instagram. So those are like different ways that you would go about looking at clients. They already outsource. They already have bad experiences with agencies. You come in, you offer them free consultation or whatever your offer is, a good offer, the next step, and then you get them into your funnel.
Got it. That makes sense because in 2017, I was using drip.co. Now it's drip.com.
Yep.
And that particular email marketing tool had deliverability issues. A lot of mails were landing in spam and everything. So I tweeted about it. And Nathan Berry from ConvertKit reached out to me personally and said, hey, why don't you try ConvertKit? And he personally onboarded me, getting on a Skype call and everything. Until today, I'm using ConvertKit, recommending ConvertKit for everyone. So pissed off customers at a particular brand are one of the best leads to target and I think that is a good growth hack.
Absolutely. I think it's applicable in the SaaS industry. It's also applicable in e-commerce. So if you look at product reviews on Amazon and you have a competing product, you can literally like scrape reviews, do an analysis of what are the things people don't like about that product. And this is the fun thing about growth hacking, that it's not just about acquisition. It can also help you improve your product. A simple example, since we just spoke about Twitter. When Twitter initially had an onboarding process, you would basically just sign up and you would be redirected to your Twitter profile. Now, this works really well for LinkedIn, for example, because most of the people on LinkedIn want to see their own profiles. But on Twitter, now they've added a step where you have to follow at least 10 people before you can complete the onboarding process. Now, what this does is it improves the retention rates because they found that people who follow at least 10 people are much more likely to come back to the app versus people who don't. So it's a growth hack because you learn from the data, you take the data, and then you run a small experiment, see if it works, see if it improves retention rates. If it works for a certain amount of people, then you roll it out. And this is very different from what we typically talk about, like paid acquisition, lead generation, and all of that, because now you are engineering into the product. So this is why growth hacking is an overlap between marketing, but also technology. It's not just marketing.
Yeah. So they say product-led growth. And
Yeah.
I think this kind of comes inside product-led growth, because with marketing and digital marketing, you are just working on the acquisition.
Right.
But what are the optimizations and micro optimizations that you can do in every step of the onboarding process and the product process that comes under growth hacking, I believe.
Right. So I think marketing also expands to awareness. So you have awareness, you have acquisition, you have activation, you have revenue, you have retention, and you have referral. That's the full funnel. And growth hackers work on the full funnel.
Got it.
So you might have heard of the most classic example of Dropbox. You refer a friend, you get more storage. You complete the onboarding process, you get more storage. That was a famous growth hack.
Yes.
But eventually, if you see that growth hack works throughout the funnel.
Yeah.
It makes people aware because you share about Dropbox. It helps acquisition because you refer your friends, they come and sign up. If you get a pro account, you get 1 GB extra, for example. It also gets revenue. And finally, once you are a user, you can refer your friends, and then it hacks into the referral stage of the funnel. So these are this is the A3R3 funnel, where you have AAA, RRR, R funnel.
Okay, what is that? Expand on it.
You have awareness, acquisition, activation, revenue, retention, and referral.
Oh, wow.
And growth hackers could work on any of these stages. I can, in fact, show it so people can visualize it a little bit better. So this is sort of an overview, but for now, we're just going to deep dive into the metrics aspect. And this is the A3R3 funnel. So we have awareness, acquisition, activation, revenue, retention, referral. And if we deep dive, you're looking at things like clicks, reach and impressions, traffic and visitors,